Greenwich Village and the Folk Revival. Arrival in the city. In the middle of a bitter winter, in January 1961, a 19-year-old with a guitar and almost no money arrived in New York City. He made his way to Greenwich Village, a neighborhood in the south of Manhattan that had long been home to artists, writers, and rebels. In its cafes and basement clubs, a musical movement was taking shape, the Folk Revival, and the young Bob Dylan walked straight into the center of it. What the Folk Revival was. The Folk Revival was a return to old, traditional songs, the ballads of the countryside, the work songs of laborers, the spirituals of the churches, and the protest songs of earlier struggles. For a generation of young Americans, this music felt more honest and more real than the polished pop songs on the radio. It spoke of ordinary people, of injustice, and of history. To sing folk music was, in a quiet way, to take a moral and even a political stand. Finding Woody Guthrie. One of Dylan's first goals in New York was deeply personal. His hero, Woody Guthrie, the great folk singer and writer of songs about poor and working people, was seriously ill in a hospital near the city. Dylan visited him, sang for him, and studied everything about him. In his early days, the young man even imitated Guthrie's voice, his clothes, and his way of speaking. He was learning his craft by copying a master, as painters once learned by copying great paintings. Playing for tips. Life in the village was not easy. Dylan slept on the floors and sofas of friends, ate when he could, and played wherever anyone would let him, often for nothing more than a few coins thrown into a hat. But he was noticed. Audiences saw something unusual in this strange, intense young performer, with his harmonica, his rough voice, and his gift for holding a room. Slowly, a reputation began to grow. The first recordings. His talent reached the ears of a respected producer at a major record company, who signed him despite the doubts of others. Some inside the company thought the decision was foolish and privately called the young singer a mistake. His first album, released in 1962 and simply titled with his own name, sold very few copies. It was made up mostly of traditional songs rather than his own, and few people paid attention. But the door had opened. From singer to songwriter. The great turning point came when Dylan stopped only performing other people's songs and began writing his own. This was the decision